Hey there everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon Sapphire. We're still on this little route just outside of Rust Turf Tunnel, and we've now got the Devon Goods in our possession. So we need to give them back to the Devon guy in the green jacket who is worrying. He is stressing right now. He's pulling his hair out because he's about to get fired if the Devon Goods aren't recovered. So before we do that, just to let him sweat a little bit more, we're going to take on this little Shroomish. Now, you're probably thinking, why don't I just go over to Taillow, who has the flying type move, which will defeat Shroomish very easily. Simple, guys. I have a Lotad, which is almost level 14, just a little bit more experience needed. And you're probably thinking, well, if Taillow got paralyzed, he could use that paralyzation because he has Guts as an ability, and that will raise his physical attack by 50%. Guys, I know this, but I'm going with Lotad because I really want the experience early. I want to get to level 14 pretty darn quick. Now, as we're using Nature Power on a path, as we're battling on a path, Nature Power will turn into Swift, as ever, normal type move, base 60. It ignores all evasion modifiers, so if the opponent tried to use Double Team, Swift does not care, it will hit them anyway. There's a couple of exceptions, for example, if the opponent Pokemon used Protect, if the opponent Pokemon was a Ghost, because Ghosts are immune to normal types, there are a couple more exceptions. However, I don't want to list them all off. We now face a Whismur, and Whismur uses a move called Uproar, as you already know, which is nothing like Bullet Seed, as I've already told you in a little annotation. Thank God for that little guy who keeps annotating. I don't know who he is, the annotations just appear out of nowhere. It's like my own magical little elf who types them up for me. But Lotad does reach level 14 and magically evolves into a brand new Pokemon. Oh, I love this Pokemon so much. We're going to be keeping with this Pokemon for a very long time because the only way for this Pokemon to evolve is via the Water Stone, which we won't be getting for a while. But this Pokemon, guys, is called Lambra. This is my Lady Lambra, and I love Lady Lambra because it looks badass and it wears like a little lily pad, and it kind of looks like it's wearing one of those, you know, cowboy sheriff hats, and it looks like it's awesome. It shoots Bullet Seed, so that's its guns, you know, it's awesome, I love it. But we do have some new berries. Excuse me. And we've got to get ourselves a Pinap berry, which is it's very hard to explain at this part of the game, but a Pinap berry is a kind of berry which will make a Pokemon candy called a Pokeblock. That is its only use, really. We'll be using it later when we get into contests and all that. We also have a Chesto berry, though, and a Chesto berry will cure you of sleep. So if you're asleep and you use a Chesto berry, you will awaken. So it's like having maximum, you know, a load of awakenings. Free awakening, so that's why berries are so important. We also find ourselves an Ether, which will recover 10 PP to any one move that you use. So if you've used all the PP in one move, then use an Ether and you will get 10 PP back. However, we are going to take some more children on. We're going to beat up some more children because we want to take their pocket money, their lunch money away, because we're a big bully like that, and Big Bad Marshtomp is hungry anyway, so he's going to eat the Zigzagoon for breakfast because that's just what he does. Marshtomp loves those Zigzagoons, the delicious raccoons as ever. So we do get the level up from that. We're now level 17, and boy are we flying as we take on a Generation 1 Pokemon. This is Machop, a fighting type Pokemon. He's not really going to last. We're going to use the Mud Shot. Does it kill? Indeed it does. Marshtomp is uber strong, yes. Well, Marshtomp now is a ground type. Mudkip wasn't, he was a pure water type, but now Marshtomp is a ground type, and the advantage of this is we're getting Stab off Mudshot. But hey man, what's up? Talk to me, man. Oh, how did it go? The Devon Goods? You did it, you got them back. I did indeed, because I am a great trainer. I am an amazing trainer. I am exceptional. Anyway, we get a great ball for that, and now teleportation. Yes, he knows how to teleport, but May doesn't. It's crazy, crazy talk, I tell you. You know, if you wanted to teleport, where would you teleport to? Give me a comment. But this guy wants us to deliver a package to Slateport. Go to Captain Stern in Slateport, deliver the package. Good stuff. But now we're about to meet this guy's president, the president of Devon Corp. And yeah, let's have a nice chat with him. He looks like the teacher standing on a chair, like a child. Go him. I'm Mr. Stone. Oh, hey, Mr. Stone. And, you know, he's very happy with us. We've saved his staff twice. And he's going to give us something to do, which is give a letter to a guy called Stephen who lives on Dewford Town. Do you know what we are, guys? we are now a postman. Not only do we need to deliver a letter to Stephen on Dewford, we need to go to Slateport and deliver a package as well. But because he thinks that we should not be a postman, he tries to cheer us up by giving us an item called the PokeNav. But unfortunately, it's not that good an item. The PokeNav is a glorified map. It has some other uses, but I'll be explaining them later in the LP. So here's the map. We went from Little Root to Old Dale, we went to Petalburg, we went up to Rustborough, and this is where Dewford is, and that's where Slateport is. And as you can see, both Dewford and Slateport are out of bounds because we need to travel across water. We don't have the move Fly yet, we don't have the move Surf yet, so, how do we get across water? How can we get to Dewford? And how can we get to Slateport? If only we knew someone who we've recently helped, who said that they would help us no matter what, who also owned a boat. Yes, that's right guys, we're gonna go sailing away with Pico and Mr. Briney. Oh, what fun we'll have on the deck playing that shuffleboard or whatever it's called, the one where you fire the discs across the deck. Oh, we'll dance the night away, Mr. Briney and me. That sounds odd, doesn't it? I don't dance with old people very often, believe me. But hey look, there's May. What up? Oh hi Dan, how's your Pokedex coming along? My Pokedex is fantastic. She was saying that, you know, she's run out of Pokeballs because she caught all the Pokemon in Petalburg Woods. So basically Shroomish, Wurmple, and Zigzagoon, which aren't great Pokemon, believe me. But now that we have Cut, we can also get this item. This item is X accuracy, if I remember. Indeed, my guess was very accurate. X accuracy will raise your accuracy for one. Well, it's a one-term item. It will raise your accuracy, but for one battle only. Now, we can also cut this bit, so we can go to a different area of Petalburg Woods, and you will see this, well, after this battle, unfortunately, these battles just come at the most inappropriate times. It's another Zigzagoon, but Marshall's feeling pretty full up, so we run away from this one. There's a lady on this route, and the lady is just up here. If you talk to her, she will say the following. Oh neat, that's the badge from Rustborough. You must be a trainer, you should try using this item. And we get the Miracle Seed. Miracle Seed is a hold item, and for whichever Pokemon is holding it, the grass type moves will raise in power by 10%. 10% guys. So it's a pretty good item for Lombra because it will raise its power of Bullet Seed. Now I saw this item as well and I love the items. You know I love the items, so I've got to get it. It's another great ball, it's a better Pokeball. Again, all these free items are so good to have. There's an item up here as well. This one isn't quite as good, but they can be useful. This is an X attack. Again, it will raise your attack in a battle, but it's a one-time thing only. Now, let's finally escape Petalburg Woods. Hooray! So, we need to find Mr. Briney. Let's hope he's at home. Yep, his boat's there. This is Mr. Briney's cottage. Let's see what's going on. Oh, look at him, he's chasing Pico. Oh, how lovely. Hold on, lass, wait up, Pico. You're a dad, you saved my darling Pico. We owe so much to you. You do. Give me your cottage and your boat, old man. Yes, indeed, I am now a postman, Mr. Briney. Almost called him Mr. Dewford then. Yes, I do need to give a letter to Stephen. I do need to go to Slateport and give a parcel to Stern. So that's what I'm hoping you're going to allow me to do. By sailing me there. I'm on a boat. I'm on a boat. I'm not going to sing that. Too many LPs use that song when there's boats involved. Oh god, what am I on about? But I'm rambling along, and this boat is super quick, even though it looks slow as hell, and already we're here. We're already at Dewford Town. Cheers, Brineys. Ahoy, we've hit land in Dewford. I suppose you're off to deliver that letter to Stephen. Yes, thank you for that. Now, I thought I'd explore this place a little bit, and I actually go into the wrong house. This isn't the house I want. This guy will just waffle on about, you know, living on a small island. Oh, happy days. The house that I want first is just up here, just right next to where Dewford, well, where Briney landed his boat. And I don't even talk to the right guy. This guy talks about rubbish, and I don't really care about him, or Brawley, or whoever he is. We actually want to talk to this guy, and this guy will give us an item called a silk scarf. Now the silk scarf, again, another hold item. Whoever is holding the silk scarf will have a 10% boost to their normal attack, so normal type attacks. We only really have one Pokemon who uses normal type attacks effectively, and that's Taillow with quick attack. So I'm going to be making Taillow hold that. Now, if you come down here, talk to this guy, the fisherman, he will give you another item. He's a fisherman. I wonder what item he'll give you. Well, he itches our itch, and he gives us the old rod. Yes, he says that, do you have an itch to fish? And I said, yes, itch it with the old rod, please. And then I went, oh no, that sounded so wrong. Don't itch me with the old rod, that would be terrible. But I do show you how fishing works as well. Now, in the first 2 games, I think it was the first 2 games anyway, definitely the first one, I can't remember the second one, been a while since I played Silver. But in this generation, what you need to do is you need to wait for a while. You don't just press A and you find a Pokemon or not. You've just got to press A, well, you just got to press A and then you wait for a while and you've got to wait until you see the words, oh, a bite. If you see the words, oh, a bite, you click A. Now, like right in this example that I've just shown you, the Pokemon just appeared. However, you may need to do it again and again and again, so you've got to make sure you just press A at the right time. Now, this is the only other moment of interest on the island apart from the gym itself, and these guys will start talking about top events, and you're probably thinking, what the hell is top event? Why is it linked to party like this guy said? And what's she on about? What's in vogue? Top event? What's that all about? And we come over here and talk to these 2 guys. Let's see what they're saying. Hey, listen, I composed a theme song for Top Event. Top Event is really popular right now. Okay, listen. Oh, Top Event, wonderful Top Event. I dare say, chap, it would pay for you to work on your singing before you trifle yourself with Top Event. This Top Event that they're on about, this is something called the trendy phrase. Now, the trendy phrase dictates where a certain Pokemon is in the game. This certain Pokemon is called Feebas. Now later on in the LP I'll be showing you a route which is full of water. It's got hundreds of tiles on it. Only 6 of those water tiles will have a Pokemon called Feebas in it. You can only find Feebas in 6 of those tiles. Now if you are looking for Feebas and you can't find it, you can't find the tile, then you can change the tiles where there will be Feebas, and you change the tiles by talking to this guy. You change the phrase, you change where Feebas will be. It's totally random though, so if I was to change the phrase from Lotad, then to Top Event, and then to Lotad, the first Lotad would dictate different squares than the second Lotad. So basically, every time you change the phrase, it randomizes where you will find Feebas in that route that I will show you later on in the Let's Play. I hope that makes sense. I may explain it again later, probably not though, not too sure, but basically, on the route later on, which I'll show you, there are 6 squares where you can find Feebas. It's totally random. If you want to change those 6 squares, you change the trendy phrase. That's what that was all about. Again, it's a little crazy to understand all of this technical stuff early in the game, but that's what it's all about. We take on this guy though. He's got himself a Tentacool, and all it really needs is a Mud Shot, because Tentacools, being the poison type, are weak to the ground type, so Ned's not really very happy. We also have a battle with another fisherman. Which do you prefer, fishing in the sea or a stream? Neither, to be honest. Not a big fan of fishing. Yeah, don't really care for it. I don't really care for the peace of the lake, you know, all peaceful and all that. I prefer noise and less water. I'm not a big fan of water, so neither, sir. But so instead of just, you know, talking about this question, I'm just going to kick your ass, okay? I hope you don't mind. He has a Magikarp, he follows that up with a Tentacool. Tentacool's only level 8, you know, it's academic from here on in, because, you know, a level 8 Pokemon is not going to beat a level 17 Marshtomp. Even if it did use Poison Sting, it's not going to poison us, and Marshtomp will get away with killing it on the second turn. It missed the first turn, but, you know, inaccurate moves, they're bound to miss from time to time. And we also get a level up as well, which is very nice indeed. What's the last Pokemon? The last Pokemon is another Magikarp. I think it was the last Pokemon anyway. Excuse me. Now, I brought Taillout in simply just to try and get a bit of experience. Now, Taillout is quite weak at this point, and I thought to myself, I should be able to take out a Magikarp pretty quickly. Thing is, I can't. Quick Attack, even with the Silk Scarf boost, even with the stab attack boost, it doesn't really do anything, and that makes me very sad indeed. So it splashes around, and then I bring in Lombra, and Lombra will finish the battle for us, hopefully with Absorb. It may take a couple of them, however, I am out of time. So there's a gym on this island, and hopefully we're going to be kicking the gym leader's ass next time on Let's Play Pokemon Sapphire. See you later, guys.